What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet, and I'm black up in your face again with some more pro-black commentary. So I've noticed that my channel has gone up a little bit as far as the subs go, and as far as the views on certain videos. I've noticed that went up after I released my video about the Riverwalk Rumble in Montgomery, Alabama. And you know, I've seen some people subbing to me, and I'll just say this to you all, to the black people who are subbing to my channel. I would advise you before you subscribe to my channel to, maybe watch a few of my videos first. Don't just watch that one video and say, oh, I like his commentary, let me subscribe. I'm giving you fair warning that you might want to go ahead and watch some of my other videos as well and see if this is a channel that you want to subscribe to. Okay, I think that's very fair that I'm letting you know that and saying that out loud. All right, because I'm not your typical YouTuber. I'm definitely not your typical black YouTuber either. All right, I do a lot of things differently. I say a lot of things differently, and I don't hold to a lot of the same things that some people might consider to be more of a popular opinion. All right. A lot of people, I make no bones about calling myself pro-black. That's what I am. I stand on that, and I always will. I have no problem saying that out loud and putting it out there for everyone. And if you think that that's a joke, if you think that's funny, or you think I'm a hotep or whatever, that's okay. Okay, because people's opinion of that, or people not taking that seriously, that's your problem. If you're a black person and you're not pro-black, that's the issue that you have. There's something wrong with you. There's not something wrong with me. Also, just letting you know, the fact that I'm pro-black means that I am not a Democrat. I'm not a liberal. I'm also not a conservative nor a Republican. I don't support either side of that nonsense. To me, American politics is nothing but pro wrestling for baby boomers and the like, and people who are easily influenced by American politics. That's all it is another version of pro wrestling for people like that. At least the pro wrestling lets you know that the shit is fake. But the for some reason the politics of America, Democrat versus Republican, is built as something that's supposed to be reality when it's really not. Um, as far as black folks go, I'm letting you know that I'm not part of this gender war trash. All right, I don't support either side of this retarded and childish black gender war. So if you are part of the black manosphere, if you're part of the black female divestors, if you're one of these people who loves Fresh and Fit, or what's that buffoon's name? The one that is about to go to jail. Tate. If you support any of these fools, don't come to this channel. Okay? I'm not one of these black males who supports that trash. I'm not a passport bro. Now, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with a black man traveling, but all this nonsense about I'm going to go to another country and get other women, and completely dismissing all the issues that the females have in those other countries, I'm not with that. If you're not a male who is steeped or based in logic, if you're not based in any type of research or fairness, I can't deal with you. Okay, I don't like bitch made men on my channel. Also, to the females out there who support this divestment trash, or if you're one of these blockheaded females who've had your mind inundated by feminism and other things, and you just think you're the top diva and no man is good enough for you, this is probably not the channel you're going to enjoy, because I go in on you as well. Just letting you know that. So, I support black families, black man and a black woman being together and having black children, because the black family is the basis of the black community. All right. So those just a quick little overview of my channel for those who might want to know. and understand what I like or what I think. Obviously, you can just go watch my other videos and you'll get a good cross section of what I believe in on this channel. Now, as far as that video that I made about the river walk beatdown, and I saw a lot of white people showing up to the channel, which always happens. Anytime I do a video where I criticize white society, a lot of white bigots show up to the channel and they say a lot of the same old things. That's the funny part. It's like after all these years of me being on social media, white people still have not come up with any type of new rhetoric or any type of new things to say when it comes to trying to, I guess, I don't know if they're trying to like tear me down or if they're trying to, give me a aha moment. I caught you, Negro, or whatever. I don't know what they're doing. I guess it makes them feel better. So they came with the typical stuff. First, they called me a racist. They said black people are the real racists, and you're racist for the things you're saying in this video. Okay, fine. If you want to call me that, go right ahead. I have no problem with a white person calling me racist. All right, I really don't. And the reason being is because I know it's a bunch of BS. And I know that you know what racism truly is. Because you made up the word. White folks came up with the word, you put it in the dictionary, and you have a set of definitions for what racism actually is. So you know what I'm doing is not racist, but you try to twist words and twist definitions based on whatever the situation is at the time. All right. So, you try to make it seem like as if me using certain words like mayonnaise mutants or Caucasoids somehow is racist. Go ahead. If that makes you feel better, if that helps you sleep under your Confederate sheets at night, fine. All right, go right ahead and do that. Mayonnaise mutants. That's something I heard somewhere else. I didn't come up with that. Someone else said that, and I heard it from a white person. That to me, that I thought that was a term of endearment within white society. So that's why I used it. Okay, just like you say, the N word is a term of endearment with black folks. Mayonnaise mutants is a term of endearment within white society. That's why I used it. And Caucasoids is a scientific term. I didn't create that. Once again, this is a scientific term that was used to break down the races of people on Earth. Okay, you can find that in any old reference book, any old science dictionary or whatever. I didn't create the word Caucasoids. That's not a racist term because the peoples of the Earth were broken down into Caucasoids, Mongoloids, and Negroids. All right, for anyone that read any of those old science books or get some of those old Oxford books, that's where the term came from. So that's not a racist term. That's scientific. You created that. I didn't create that. So I can use that word too. If it's in a dictionary or if it's in an encyclopedia or a reference book, I can use that word, right? So, for those who say that type of nonsense, calling names is not racist, by the way. All right. So I don't get into that whole liberal brainwashing of people calling me names is somehow racist. Because I know what true racism is, all right? And some of these white liberals are just as racist, if not more so, right, than some of these conservatives out here. Not to say I support them either. I look at things, I look at both sides the same way Malcolm X did. Malcolm X said that, the politicians out here, the Democrats are foxes and the Republicans are wolves. Both are dogs. They both want to make you their meal, but they just had different ways of going about it. One will try to pretend to be your friend. The other one will just outright proclaim themselves to be your enemy. So there really is no difference between them. All right. They both still want to devour you in the end. What else do I want to get off my chest? Oh yeah. As far as the white bigots coming to this channel and talking all their nonsense about black people, like they went down the list of their usual insults. Like first they called me racist or called black people the real racist. Then they went to black people commit the most crimes and why don't you focus on stuff like that. So it's all the same nonsense. It's all stuff that they've been told or stuff that they heard somewhere else, stuff that they've never done any real research on. No one They don't know this for a fact. They just get this stuff they hear from somewhere else, and then they repeat it, just like a good little sheep does. All right, and they feel that they're getting over somehow on black people by bringing up black incarceration or black murder rates or whatever, right? And I don't want black people to be put off by stuff like that. Don't even waste time arguing with them about stuff like that, because there's nothing to argue. Whites kill each other just as much as the black people do, if not more so. They got a whole channel dedicated to it. It's called the ID Network. Okay, go watch the ID Network. You'll see white on white crime all day, every day, right? Go to any true crime podcast on social media, or go to anyone that's on YouTube that does true crime recreations or looks into it, or documentaries or whatever. Nothing but white on white crime and white murder all over the place. But they don't call it white on white crime. That's the only difference. That's really the only difference out there. They don't categorize it the same as they do with black people. Black people are the only people and the only social group where we are demonized for committing crimes within our own community, as if no one else does that. As if you can't go to China or can't go to Korea and see people committing the same type of people committing crimes against each other. That's ridiculous. But once again, you never hear Asian on Asian crime. You never hear Arab on Arab crime. All of the molestation and abuse that goes on within the Jewish community, but you never hear Jewish on Jewish crime, right? All of the gangs, all of the shootings, all of the domestic abuse that goes on within the Latin American community, but you never hear Latino on Latino crime. It all goes on in all races and in all peoples. It just is what it is, right? But black people, once again, are the only ones demonized and saddlebagged with that nonsense. And everything that black people does, or anything that we do, is always used as a negative against us, but then people will take from us, and then all of a sudden it becomes a positive, like black music. Black music is always seen as negative when we started. If you look at the history of black music throughout America, whether it be jazz, blues, rock and roll, hip hop, funk, whatever, it was always seen as something bad when black people were doing it, or how it was going to destroy society. But sooner or later, white kids get a hold of it, they like it, and then all of a sudden it becomes a positive. And then white people start becoming popular by doing our music. So the same cycle happens over and over and over again. All right. And, you know, I try not to get too caught up with arguing back and forth with the mayonnaise mutants out there, because I know a lot of them have low intelligence. A lot of them don't know how to think for themselves. They've been told something by somebody. Either they're old, decrepit, crack smoking racist ancestors, or maybe their meth headed Karen of a mother told them something, and they just repeat it on social media, or they got it from one of these young dumb buffoons that you see polluting social media with a lot of their nonsense. And then they'll have the black versions of these white racists get online, people like Candace Owens or Brandon Tatum, and these white bigots will use these black folks as a shield, as what I like to call a bigot-proof vest, to promote the same nonsense that they want to believe anyway. So they'll say, because Candace Owens says it, it must be true, and I'm not racist because Candace Owens said the same thing that I'm thinking, right? So I know the game. I know what it is, and I know there's no way for me to even shake you out of it. It's like, I don't debate white people about these things. I don't try to change your mind. There is no change in your mind. Once again, your mind is full of mayonnaise and malcontent. There's nothing I can do to change your mind at this point. All right? So think what you want to think, believe what you want to believe, but don't come here. And if you get rude and try to insult me, just be prepared that I'm going to insult you back. I think that's fair. That's fair in my view. If you're going to come here and act like a jackass, be prepared for me to get down and dirty just like you. Okay? And I'm not Michelle Obama. I'm not one of these civil rights baby booming buffoons. If you take it low, I will go lower. All right? I don't try to go higher. You go low, I go down to the basement. I go even lower so I can give you an uppercut, a good uppercut. All right? So just be prepared for that. And that goes for any of you black buffoons who follow the nonsense that these white bigots like to spew as well. If you come here acting a jackass, be prepared for me to verbally assault you as well. I have no problem doing that. So you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. Thank you all to all the new subs and people that do show up here. I appreciate you. And all my old fans, I appreciate you more than anything in the whole wide world, because you folks supported me and paid attention to me when no one else gave a damn. When there was no popularity or bandwagon to jump on, you folks were here and you showed me real love and support, and I'll always appreciate you. All right? If you want to support the channel, you can just like the videos, or you can become a Patreon of Black Up India, and I'll provide the link for that in the description box, as well as the comment section, where I play classic videos as well as exclusive videos that I can't put on YouTube, and I do my own political cartoons that you've seen strewn around here in this video. So if you want to support the channel that way, you can do it that way. $5 a month, you get cartoons and videos at the same time. All right? So thanks you all for those new people who showed up. To all you white bigots out there, thank you as well for showing up. I think a lot of you don't realize, even when you come here giving your negative comments, that you help certain videos to grow. So for the haters that come here, thank you as well. And I'm going to keep on trucking. And if you're in the trailer park right now and you just got off the meth pipe and you feel like you need to leave a negative comment, go right ahead. I love that stuff. Anyway, folks, this is Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on the devil's back.